So this is the drill down menu, and this is probably going to be a very commonly used menu on mobile. It's a very popular menu on mobile, yet it's not very much used on desktop and larger devices. Let's see why, right? So if we look at preview, we'll see that on mobile, this type of menu really makes sense because we can drill down and we can go multi-layers deep, click the back button to get up a level. It's just kind of very intuitive, and if you have a lot of menu items, it's great for mobile, okay? But as we get larger, it just doesn't make sense because there's all this empty space, and when you click on it, it just kind of navigates out. It's just a little bit awkward on desktop, unless maybe you had it inside of an off canvas, in a sidebar or something like that. That could make sense again, where the width of it is constricted, so that people are really aware of what's going on. But let's look at some of the options for drill down. So we have a lot of the same options that we have in all the menu options, right? So we have on-page navigation, style active menu. Check out those videos on those. We can link to the parent page. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, that means like if this button here, let's say products, was actually a link to something, do we want that to be a link or do we want to drill down, right? So what we could do is, if we set link to parent page, let's preview this really quick. What it does is it adds that parent link into the child stack, right? So here I have products, but when I click on that, it goes to the submenu. Then I have products again, which allows me to click on that linked page. So that's a way of dynamically building things out. Because when if we were to transform this into a drop-down menu on desktop, we'd be able to click on this. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll show an example of that so we can see that in action. Next is close on click. So if you don't want the ability to close it on click rather than on anything else, you can also do scroll to top. This is a very, very edge case scenario. Scroll to top is only useful if you have a huge drill down menu. And basically what that does is if you have a lot of menu items, it'll scroll to the top every single time, right? Because by default, it kind of remembers the position that you are on the page. But if you turn scroll to top, whenever you navigate between menus inside drill down, it'll scroll to the top. Again, very edge case scenario. Next is auto height. What that does is, let's go ahead and add some content to the page. So what we'll notice is if we preview this, as I'm navigating through the various menus, it actually dynamically changes the height. Oh, there it goes. As you see, it kind of slides the content down to make room for the new menu items, right? So it's just a way of dynamically, auto heighting that container. Or else, if you turn that off, it'll always be a static height. So if I click there, you'll see that there's now white space in this menu. Next is we have some ability to customize the back button. So that's this back button up here. We can either display it at the top or the bottom. So you can have it displayed at the bottom. So if we set at the bottom, we go to products, we'll see that the back button is down here. And then you can also change the label. So if you don't want it to be back, you can change the label to be whatever you like. Now, the next set of settings is going to be very popular when using drill down because drill down is not, as I said many times, it's not great on medium and large devices, depending on your layouts. But here, what we're going to do is, by default, drill downs are always vertical. So what we want to do is on medium, we're going to transform it to be a horizontal menu. And then we're going to also transform it to be a drop-down menu. So what this will give us is on mobile or on large, we have a drop-down, right? So here I have my drop-down menu. And then if we change down, we'll see that once we hit mobile, we have transformed the menu into our drill down. And I also wanted to show you, remember we chose that link to parent page? We'll see on large devices, when we're in drop-down mode, we can see that products button, I could actually click on it and it would take me to the product page. But because I'm hovering, it will show the product menu. But when we go down to mobile and I click on the products, you'll see that products link is inside the submenu when we're inside of a drill down. So that's what the power of that link to parent page is.